Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. We see in the life of Lord Krishna first that he used to get up 3 hours before sunrise. In fact, all the queens in Dwaraka, the 16,108 in number, used to feel very sad because they used to rather curse the morning because then Krishna gets up 3 hours before sunrise. Sunrise is at 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Krishna used to get up every day. And then Krishna used to sit outside. We all meditate. And we all meditate on Krishna. Now, Krishna, whom does he meditate? Krishna used to meditate on himself. What he meditated on? Correct? He is supreme. Now, we should not, this is some kind of a imitation it will become if you try to do that. No, we meditate on the Supreme God. In Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says very clearly in the Ashtanga Yoga chapter that the meditation is on him. Machitaha, very clear. Machitaha, put your heart on me. There are so many yoga societies today, the just purpose is how to reduce your fat. They forget the real purpose is to connect to Krishna. That they forget. So that is bogus. And then forget about other rules and regulations. The real purpose of the yoga is samadhi on Krishna. It does not have any other purpose. Okay? So why we should do all those things? So Krishna used to, so we know that now we get an inspiration, yes, tapasya. Similarly, Krishna once what happens that Sandipuni Muni, he tells Krishna and his friend Sudama to bring some firewood. Those people who are in the villages, they have no gas. Their cooking is very simple and natural. What do? They are going to bring some from the forest, some firewood. Some branches have fallen down, something easy. Don't have to even cut trees. So much is there. In the forest means how much wood you want. So they bring something and they cook their food by that. So there in the Gurukul, so they also need some firewood. So Sudama and Krishna went. They were sent by the spiritual master. Then what happened? They lost. In the night, heavy rain came, thick. It became dark and wind, and they lost their path. Krishna is the Supreme Personality, but he is giving a principle. The whole thing is to teach a principle. And then what happens is that whole night they were holding each other's hand and moving here and there because thick dark, because you can lose each other also. So like that it was going on. You cannot even see each other, so dark. So next day morning, Sandipuni Muni comes to the forest with other people, searching for them. And he says, yes, this is so nice. Correct? This is a kind of an effort to satisfy spiritual master. It's so nice. You see so many examples of tapasya in the scripture. We see in the life of Lord Chaitanya also so much austerity. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not stay at Jagannath Puri after sannyasa. He came to South Indian too. Then he went to Vrindavan. So much. In fact, first after taking sannyasa 24 years, for 6 to 8 years, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling. How it is divided? There are 48 years. 24 years he is a Grihastha, first Vaishnava. Next 24 years is divided again. There is Madhya Leela and Anta Leela. Madhya Leela covers Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's traveling. He is traveling to different places. Correct? So this is Madhya Leela. So we see again here so much austerity Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took. Correct? Similarly, Nityananda Prabhu also, he arranged the pastime. Right from childhood he went to all the holy places. So the point is that tapasya is a kind of an ornament of a devotee. We have ornaments. Different people have different ornaments. A sadhu's ornament is his tapasya. Understand? What is the ornament of a sadhu? Tapasya. That is why any sadhu is honored. Sometimes they come to the society, they say, I went to Himalayas and I was doing meditation for 5 years, 10 years. Now we don't know where he was, and anyway, this is not recommended process for Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is only Harinama. Okay? But they, because they know tapasya gives honor. But at the same time, Shastra says something very interesting. All the result of tapasya are destroyed if a person becomes proud. He loses all the result of his tapasya. If he becomes proud, it is like a hood or a jewel on a hood of a serpent. If a serpent is jeweled, still he is dangerous, no? The same way, tapasya is there, but that man is proud. He lost all the assets of tapasya, gone. So you have to be very careful. Because tapasya, pride will make him make offenses, and then the result of tapasya is destroyed. Tapo divya. Rishabhadeva also says tapasya should be guided. In human form of body, if we agree to whatever senses are demanding, then hell is waiting. Hell is certain. And at the same time, if I can control myself, tapasya I can do. What happens? What kind of tapasya? Not whimsical. Divyam. Divyam means guided tapasya. What happens then? Shuddhe sattva. My heart becomes purified. And then what happens? I experience unlimited spiritual happiness. Just like suppose somebody is watching TV all day. You tell him, why you are watching TV, why you are wasting time like that? No, I am enjoying. Are Bhagavatam is revealing the mind becomes more and more disturbed, more you give it sense object, more you give it sense object. 140 channels, keep going, keep going. Mind becomes very disturbed. So you do some tapasya. Tendency is there to watch TV, don't do that. You do some tapasya. Instead of that, you read Bhagavad Gita for half an hour. Then what will happen? Because of changing the focus, the person will feel spiritual pleasure. In fact, we also sometimes we get involved in so many activities. We don't realize that actually we should proper order is to save time and hear his voice. Correct? The smallest of the things we become interested, we want to know something. And our proper is to say we should know everything of something as something of everything. Everything of something is Krishna consciousness. As something or everything in the other things in this world. Now we need to be a perfect time manager. Because we cannot easily get lost. There are trillion items today. We can easily get lost into details of anything. To exactly save our time and very efficiently use it to understand Krishna consciousness. So then the package comes. Prabhupada has recommended generally 2 hours reading in a day. 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening. Many times he recommended like that. But there were some devotees who did not do anything, just reading. Prabhupada said that is also not correct. Prabhupada intercepted that. One sannyasi, he was enjoying reading Prabhupada. So he made an order in his whole zone, means all the temples under him. Many temples are coming under one sannyasi where he travels and preaches. He said, in my zone, all the temples, all the devotees read 5 hours Prabhupada books. Like that. And then, it was not nice. And so like that we should understand this why. Okay? So we should see whether it is practical. It may not be practical for everybody to have that taste. In fact, Prabhupada said every devotee should know a balance, how much you should spend time in reading and how much in other services. Everybody should find and balance. Done. So these are the austerities, and even though we know in Bhagavad Gita in the 18th chapter the qualities of brāhmana, samadhama, tapaha, austerity is there. Rishabhadeva also talks about austerity. Nectar of Instruction also says vacho vegam, manasa vegam, krodha vegam, jiva vegam. Again austerities are there. The same thing is explained in a detailed way here. What are the austerities of the body? What is the austerity of the mind? And what is the austerity of what is the remaining now? Body, mind and speaking. Hridava bhuvi. So, what is the austerity in my talking? So, a person should be careful. In fact, very nice, Prabhupada is giving a realization here. If somebody is a student, you can even scold him, you can correct him. That's okay. But the relationship should be there. If the relationship is not there, you're wasting your time. We should not do that. You cannot correct somebody if he's not your student. Prabhupada is saying that is the austerity of the speech. Now sometimes there was one person and and he says, I'll attack everybody. What is the use? Because the rule is the message cannot be absorbed unless somebody is submissive to you. You achieve nothing actually by this kind of process. No, I'll go simply use all dirty language, fight with all people. It's no use. It doesn't benefit anybody, neither it benefits you. So our process is sober. Just because of dogs are barking outside, doesn't mean you also get outside the house and start babo, babo, I'll also start barking. Nobody does that. That is not expected. The same way, if there is some adverse reaction, the person should control himself, and not that I also start barking. Because in this world it is like that. Easily misunderstanding happen. One word, your relationship you lose in this world for a lifetime. One word you say. You are encouraging somebody whole life, one day you say you are an idiot, that's it. He will not look at your face after that. This world is like that. So we should be very sure. In fact, Prabhupada used to sometimes tell his disciples that Chanakya Pandit says that after 18 years, after 15 years, we should not scold a child. Chanakya says, after 15 is a friend. 5 to 15 we can scold. Then Prabhupada says, and therefore I am begging all of you, I am requesting all of you, please do all these things. So he speaks in a way. But when the relationship was there, and Prabhupada was sure of that, he scolded also many times. Many disciples said, yeah, this was very wrong, why did you do all this thing? But the relationship should be there, correct? The relationship, sometimes Prabhupada used to laugh. He says, old people and children can get away with everything. Don't imitate. Old man can speak anything, anywhere, anything, and he can get away. People don't say, okay, it's cool. Because there is a respect for it. Similarly, child can do anything everywhere. People ignore. Nobody takes it seriously. Nobody takes an offense. So that's okay as children and old people. But overall, we should know there is a principle. So the body austerity has been involved in so many ways. What are the austerity of the body? Consists of worship of the Supreme Lord. Yes, we should worship the Supreme Lord. Brahmanas, the spiritual master. This is the first thing. And then even our superiors like father and mother, we should give them due respect. Then cleanliness, simplicity, celibacy and nonviolence. The other austerities. Body should be kept very clean. You may say, what is spiritual about it? No. Yesterday we discussed this one. Cleanliness is next to godliness. We keep body clean, we keep all the things clean. It's easy to think about Krishna. Simplicity, we should be very simple, straightforward in our behavior. Celibacy, yes, that will also help us. And non-violence, don't arrest anybody's spiritual growth. Okay? So that we should not do. So that will make the body engaged. You should bow down to the Lord, keep yourself clean and fit to serve the Lord. One part, simple living, high thinking. Not simply living, no thinking. And then austerity of the speech considers speaking truthfully. That is austerity of the speech. Speak truthfully. In fact, there was once devotees, and for selling books, they used to tell a lot of lies. This book is for how to, for people ask, does this book talk about how to generate power? Yes. There was some power crisis in America at that time. Like in India now it is going on. This is some 50 years back. So everybody was talking about that. So one lady came to one devotee who was distributing books. And he said, does this book talk about power crisis? Yes. And he gave. So like that, Prabhupada came to know. Prabhupada was laughing. He said, see, it's better to glorify the books. There is enough merit in these books. If you tell that, anybody will purchase. That art we should learn, not the art of lying. And another thing is, we are being trained as brahmanas. So if you lie, it is not correct. Satyam is a quality of a brahmana. And another thing is that by lying, that becomes a habit. We start believing it then. And that becomes our value system. So we should be very careful. Sometimes just to make some space in society, we tell some lie. But then if you get in the business of telling lies, then you lose your own discrimination. you start believing in what you tell. If enough time you tell. So this is speech is now speaking truthfully, beneficially. Yes, devotee should always speak. He has no envy. We should always understand this point. And devotee has no envy. No, and he is not envious of anyone. He wishes well for everybody. And then avoiding speech that offends. We should be very, very careful. Yes. And one should recite the Vedas regularly. Yes. As much time we get, we should chant. In fact, what is good practice is called, Prabhupada told is congregational reading. One devotee reads, all of us are hearing. Even now this is called congregational reading. But more strictly congregational reading because there is less of discussion, more of reading of Prabhupada books. Here, balance is more on discussion than on reading. Okay? So that is also very nice. That can always be done. One person reads, other people keep hearing. Nice purports of Prabhupada. The taste we develop in association. And then the austerity of the mind, serenity, simplicity, gravity, self-control, purity of thought, or austerity of the mind. So mind is a beautiful instrument actually. It's a beautiful instrument. Provided we use it to serve Krishna. It is left to us. It's a beautiful instrument. And it becomes more and more joyful if you engage it to serve Krishna. And very unique instrument, like a child. More you beat it, the more the mind becomes happy. The more you, what all you tell, shut up. If you keep telling the mind like that, mind becomes very happy. And more you agree, Prabhupada used to say, more you are strict with the mind, more you become happy, more you are losing of the mind, more you become disturbed. Okay? So in this way, very nicely it is situated. These three angas. And Nectar of Instruction also talks about the same thing. Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, jiva vegam, uttarapasta vegam. Vacho vegam means austerity of the speech, which is studied here. Manasa krodha vegam, that is austerity of the mind, mind the tendency to get attached or to get repulsed. No, mind should be kept very peaceful. Because then it is difficult to advance if mind is disturbed. Mind should be kept very peaceful. Then you chant also, you will not be able to hear. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said what? If you want to peacefully chant, what you should practice? Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishuna amanina manadena kirtanaya sada. Even for one moment you just agree to this principle. Trinadapi suni, I am more humbler than a blade of grass. Then tarorapi sahishuna, I am more tolerant than a tree. Yes, mind becomes peaceful. You immediately feel so happy. Then big load from the head has been taken away now. Amanina, we don't expect any honor for ourselves. Then manadena, give all respect to others. In fact, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami said, just like we wear kantimala, wear this around your neck. That's what even Guru of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to do it. Keep this around your neck. Because in this platform, you can continuously chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It's a beautiful platform. So it's a pleasure you can chant. But this principle should be practiced. Otherwise, Sadahari Kirtana cannot be done. Oh, small things will blow the mind. So these are three austerities. Vacha Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam. Then Jiva Vegam, Uttarapasta Vegam. That is referring to the body. Austerity. Jiva means our tongue wants to taste all unlimited items. No, we should restrict ourselves to prasada. And then Udarapasta Vegam, belly, we should be careful. We don't overeat in the name of prasada. In fact, I told you, Prabhupada says some devotees fall down just because of that purpose. I like something, I keep eating. Then you go. You lose your spiritual life. We should be very careful that we are eating, we don't eat more than the body needs. Okay? Udara, belly should not be overfilled just because it wants. So many ways devotees can manage. Before eating, they can drink little water 1 hour before. So stomach is a little full. So it will not unnecessarily push. Somebody was telling when you eat rice, every day you eat more without knowing. Because nobody can count the grain of rice. Chapati, it is very easy. Can you do chapati close? Correct? But rice, every day you eat few more grains without knowing. And stomach starts now exploding. So we should be clear, careful. Udara, Vastavika. Why? Next is sex desire. Sex desire, you go out of control and the belly is expanded. So we should take some care in some ways. So these three austerities, that's all I can do. I have nothing else to do. I have a body, I have the mind, and I have speaking. All the three should be curtailed. Then we become a gentleman. Okay? Today we cannot say, oh, I have no humility because when I advance I will have humility. No. Today as a sadhaka, it has to. Just like the body we bow down in front of the Lord. It is not that I am having devotion to the Lord now. Does not matter. Practical faith. Shastra Acharya say, do it. And as you do it, you will get purified. And then you will do naturally. With the core of the heart. My Lord, here is your servant. Please accept my all obeisances to you. I am your servant in front of you. Imagine how beautiful it will be the day we can declare from the core of the heart. My Lord, this is my introduction. I am your servant. How nice it will be. How sweet it will be. So to come to that platform, these austerities are there so that I can come to the soul is always glorious. Austerities are taken when we are sick. Nobody takes austerity when he is healthy. So today we are sick. Material desires are harassing us. So therefore, the austerities of the body, mind and speech is accepted so that I can come to the healthy spiritual condition. Once I am in the healthy spiritual condition, correct? I'm talking about the Paramahamsas. There is no duality. Here, the mind has always duality. Prabhupada explains it very nicely. He says, mind has a condition called Sankalpa Vikalpa. Accept, reject. Accept, reject. But when the mind comes to Krishna consciousness, it just wants to serve Krishna. There is no accept, reject at all. When you want to work for sense gratification, there is a duality. To do or not to do. When you want to serve Krishna, there is no duality. The pleasure of Krishna consciousness drives everything. Correct? There is no duality like that. Sankalpa, Vikalpa doesn't exist. You want to buy a particular shirt, I should buy that or I should not buy that, goes on. Krishna, whatever the cost, we don't think second time. Take it, if it is available. Absolutely. There is no thinking going on. Should I do or not do? He applies our mind, but finally the whole, just like in the spiritual world, devotees are playing with Krishna in the spiritual world. Where there is Sankalpa, Vikalpa. Whatever they want, Satya Sankalpa. Krishna is called Satya Sankalpa. Immediately it is manifested. If you want Krishna, I want to offer you 1 million roses. Manifested in front of you there. Offer. So there is no duality there. Duality is in this material world because soul is limited. Duality is in this material world because something is favorable, something is unfavorable. Spiritual world, there is nothing unfavorable. Everything is favorable to serve Krishna. The whole atmosphere is harmonious to serve Krishna. That is the spiritual world. In the material world, because I am having material body, there is a tendency for sense gratification in my body. So something is sankalpa, vikalpa. But I come to the spiritual platform, there is no struggle of sankalpa, vikalpa. There is la. Just like in this world, they say, unless you have tasted sorrow, you cannot understand what is happiness. Some people give this argument. Arey, you are tasting sorrow, it is good. So when you come to happiness, you will understand. Unless you know what is sorrow, how will you enjoy happiness? Some people say like that. Yeah, you heard this argument, many people say. It's not correct, because spiritual happiness transcends this sorrow and happiness of this world. It's on another domain altogether. So these austerities are there so that we can one day achieve beautiful Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki.